Hello, everyone. This is Jay Tolmar. I'm joined today by Charging Charles. I forgot who I was co-commentating with for a second there. I'm getting old. How are you doing,
It is
Charles?
okay. I'm a pretty forgettable person at this point.
I disagree. Um, but I've been doing a lot of these. Um, yeah, so we're like 4 minutes ahead of when we're scheduled to start. We'll see if there's people start trickling in, we can start a little early. Otherwise, we'll let everyone show up for a bit. So,
So at this point, we're probably talking to zero viewers.
mm-hmm. I don't actually have the number up, but the funny thing about Twitch is that there's just like this awkward time where you're supposed to start the stream. A lot of people do the like have a screen that they put up that's like, "Well, I'm going to start soon." I have one of those set up,
Yes,
but
I have no idea how they do that. Like I said, when I end up broadcasting anything, there's no fancy screens. I don't know how any of that works. Does it require multiple monitors?
no, I'm doing it all in one. Do you got OBS?
I do.
Yeah, you can set multiple scenes. So the thing, I just haven't like set mine up yet, so I can like switch to my start scene, but I don't know if I have my audio set, so I'll do that. Um, I don't know whether or not I can be heard right now, but I should probably finish setting that up. Um, Hope and
It looks like you can.
it
I just pulled it
destroyed
up on
my
my phone. You also
cropping.
pulled the stream should start soon screen on your phone, so that's a fancy touch.
Yeah, but it looks like that destroys my cropping, so we won't be using that much anymore. Make sure we have. All right. McGurk is the one who has anniversary on his thing. Recrop everyone because I was trying to show off OBS. Hello, Andy. We're gonna start on time or within a minute of on time, just to let any viewers who are waiting for us show up. Alright, and McGurk is... I have them backwards, don't I? This one's McGurk. I have them backwards. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and let our runners know that they can start the countdown whenever they like. We should be starting off pretty soon.
I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this since I signed up to be a commentator last night.
Wonderful. I think these two are actually very closely matched on the rankings too, so it should be a good race. Hello, Caitlin. I believe you're one of the Gurks, right?
He is. As we look at some of the qualifying times, McGurk averaged, well, he was a score of 239 spaced out over 5 matches. So math says that's about 58 points per qualifier here. Crimson Green was just under 200 at 199. So he averaged about I did bad math, 48 minutes or 48 points and 40 points in the qualifier. So there was about an 8 minute per seed difference between Girk and Crimson.
So not that close, but I believe at least one of them's also been outperforming the seed expectations. So,
Girk has been on fire. He has been putting in the time.
Yeah, I don't actually have the chart handy. Also,
Actually, looking at some of the qualifier times, Girk only got 39 points in the first qualifier compared to Crimson Green getting 61. So,
yeah, mad improvement.
Neither runner was very consistent during the qualifying rounds, which means we can expect the unexpected.
Wonderful. And this will be a random start seed, so we're going to just start off with the unexpected.
I'm realizing that I am the dog on Crimson Green's.
Oh, congratulations! I'm Pooh. Oh, and that is Pooh. Our start thing. So we're starting in 10.
Oh, Girk kicks off the nope on his menu here.
Well, that's a dangerous move. Let's see if that costs him.
So from what I see, it looks like is the stream should start soon.
4, 3,
still up?
2, 1. It shouldn't be. Is it?
No, it's not. It's back. Okay.
Whew.
What a relief.
Yeah.
I think my feed froze up.
Oof,
Starting
yeah.
in the treehouse. So you can start in literally any room in any area, is that?
No, that would be amazing, but it is just one hard-coded funny place per
Oh,
area.
okay. I would have been impressed if Gurk teleport Alpha out of that pathway there.
That would be very impressive. I don't even know if you can. Um, I like
Sloss
how
probably can.
I like how Crimson like left and there's like, wait, there's a hat here. I actually like that spot because it starts with a hat.
And that's a decent sell bait right away, correct, for the money?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Got to be
Um,
able to get that T-ball back right away.
is that your choice?
You know, if I can get a T-ball bat early, I'm a pretty happy guy.
Yeah, I've noticed that the early Sandlot bat hasn't shown up as much as it used to. That was my old go-to. And by used to, I mean like before like August, whenever the big item change was.
Yes.
There's
We do
a
have some low-level repel sandwiches in the bakery.
nice.
Um,
And
wow,
there's
the
a
Sharks are not going to be fun. I think Gurk's in for a bad time here,
yeah. I also noticed that
especially with three of them.
there's a brainstone in the shark trash. So that is that is three sharks. You're right. You are a little bit ahead of me. Um, yeah, the shark trash was a brainstone, so that is another thing you can sell. They both need to be
Gurk managed
checking
to
their other
escape
teleports.
from his shark ambush.
Hmm.
It is no longer safe to go back in the water.
Yep, and there's that T-ball bat and a cheap bracelet. Doesn't even need to sell the Mr. Baseball cap because they found a brainstone. Wondering one of them when one of them is going to check their other starting teleports. Um, the another ooh, I was gonna say another attempt at the sharks kind of makes sense now that you're equipped, but really looking like it's time to just
Still not going
go
to happen
look.
there. They
Yeah.
they are held off for Underworld though, so that would mean Fire Spring is, I would assume, the first sanctuary, or are these random teleport openings? So is there a chance that that doesn't count Fire Spring in the logic,
Um,
or would Fire Spring be considered first sanctuary available?
it should be first sanctuary available, but it is the same weirdness as random logic always is. It is, I believe, it's possible for it to be eighth. That's just extremely unlikely because the logic is just going in a random direction that it's allowed to go.
Like Crimson possibly checking out the desert just to maybe get some items,
Crimson Desert.
or at least checking the scaling.
Yeah, I like doing Moonside when you're trying to figure out where you're going because if it's bad, you get items, and if it's good, then you did a good check.
Yep. Looks like Gurk is running from all the Moonside enemies though,
Mm.
so they may be. Oh, it's only doing 10 damage to the teddy bear.
The teddy bear actually has fairly high defense. If you're super early on it, then you can kind of get like fooled. Wad of bills in the mines or crimson green. Good to know, not useful yet. It looks like he's doing item check up here, which I kind of like. There's a ton of items over here.
There is, and they're all fairly decently spaced out. A nice little trip in between each. I do find myself kind of getting lost, cutting back and trying to figure out where exactly they are.
Oh yeah, I have no idea where the items are in here. Um,
You can just trace the edges, and that's fine. Zip gun is a decent weapon, probably kind of scaled. What, fourth weakest for Jeff? The zip
that
gun.
sounds plausible. It's also I noticed that the item there was the wad of bills, which they logically cannot use yet. So we know that there's like at least one more check before it's probably coming over here.
It's in playing keep away with them all.
Doing a good job of it. Pop gun.
And, Crimson selling most of what he has here, possibly looking to see if he can score some better gear. He hasn't yet looked to see what this shop has to offer,
That is interesting.
and it does not have a lot of good stuff. So I think there was a net loss there in the armor.
He did the home side, which is better than the Mr. Baseball cap, but not like
Okay.
a significant amount. Ooh, and there's a doggo down here in Moonside.
This would have maybe been a time for the auto fight. There we go. Well, that did not matter. So they're trying to figure out where the
Ooh,
seed wants them to go,
yeah, that's a good
and
question.
I can't tell at this point.
Yeah. You are about 20 seconds ahead, by the way.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Are you using the Twitch feed or the multi-stream view on speed racing?
I am using OBS.
Okay.
It is typically between the multi-stream view and the restream on Super Series.
Maybe I'll just switch this Super Series
That would be my
feed so I don't
recommendation. Yeah.
spoil everything.
That'll just like manually stream delay your own speech. Looks like Crimson's going for the mines. I expect these are going to be kind of tough. I like McGurk's play of actually remembering that the department store actually exists.
Looks like, yeah, just they're getting stonewalled everywhere they go at this point.
Yeah, that's strange.
This is where they all vetted your seed, correct?
I told them to, so this time if it's wrong, it's their fault. But I don't really see how it would be.
Looks like, yeah, Crimson has not yet even defeated a single enemy.
Yeah, I'm kind of
We are
wondering.
6 minutes in.
It could be that they were expected to go to Fire Springs very first thing.
That's true. They also had Lost Underworld.
Yeah,
Looks
though.
like Gurk was the presence in the department store, not giving a whole lot of experience. So that may have been
Yeah,
a decent play here.
yeah, that's about the usual experience you get off of the sharks or dogs, like second enemy in the game. So I think this is probably what it was expecting. It looks like Crimson Green's doing this too. So they're both kind of having some trouble getting started on the seed. Crimson Green's going to turn out a little bit ahead because he cleared some of inside. Um, but I think they're going to be basically in the same spot here.
Interesting to see it. You said the department store shops are scaled to be about 2 steps ahead of wherever it is logically. So they might be able to pick up a decent weapon.
Yeah, it's +8 levels, which I don't know how big a step is in your accounting. That sounds plausible, honestly.
Oh, and slingshotting.
Yep. Bionic minor league bat. Yeah, the minor league bat's a pretty big step up.
You did buying the minor league bat or the slingshot?
I saw a minor league bat on McGurk. I could have seen wrong.
You probably saw right.
Or did I see left?
Are we in Moonside?
Um,
No.
Unverifiable. I mean, with my time zone, maybe I am in Moonside. Slow start to this race.
It is, and I can tell the chat is quite lit right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's very excited.
Is everyone in chat still alive? Let's get some cheers for our racers. Maybe they'll figure things out.
Perhaps I can entertain the crowd with an Earthbound fact.
I would love an Earthbound fact right about now.
The journey through Dungeon Man in the desert was inspired by a colonoscopy.
Huh, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I actually heard that a lot of this game was inspired by various medical procedures. Cave of the Past by Psychic Healing that Atoy once went through. The Robotomy cutscene is inspired by the time that he had his brain scooped out and replaced with a cybernetic one. You know.
It was replaced by a brain stone.
Well, I mean, stone, silicone, they're both stones.
It's like Gurk is making his way through the arcade at this point and finding some success.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where you get stonewalled by an early check, and it can be really easy to just count it off for far longer than it needs to be.
And realizing that really all you need was a couple armor, a couple of weapons, or one armor piece that kind of evens the playing field.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're one of these things, and they're like 4 times as strong as you. You can't possibly deal with it, but you're level 3, so you get to level level 12 is not that far away.
Gurka now picking up a signed banana, which will be sanctuary number 2 and
Oh.
another item. So considering the fact that we are 10 minutes in, have access to 2 sanctuaries is not it's not terrible,
Yeah, they're actually
but it'll be
going for.
interesting to see the long-term recourse of all of this.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fast seed, I think, even though they had like kind of a hard time getting started. This started 11 minutes ago, but you've not missed much. They're just kind of getting their footing. They had a few difficult places at the start until they decided to do the department store.
They have each eaten a lot of deaths at this point.
Death.
Mm.
And there's a doggo for Crimson Green.
He's going to have a bad time.
Yeah, that's what that
This will
dog
not work.
does.
This will not work out for him.
Oh man, speaking of bad times, I'm looking forward to everyone running the weekly this week.
I'm a sucker for pain, so we shall see. Gurk also being a sucker for pain, returning to the scene of the previous murder.
Yeah, well, he's got a few more levels. Maybe he'll do it.
You'd think he would maybe take on the sewers and Magnet Hill for. Oh, never mind. We got to the next stage pretty quickly. I think this would be.
Oh yeah, this is going really quick.
Auto fight time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm also going to say, yeah, Diamond Dog has pretty high defense, so using PSI on the second half makes sense, and he got it.
He sure did.
I was also going to say,
it was easy.
Yeah, those return dips to Moonside are also super fast, because it is just the walk straight down to the boss.
The Shack is their third sanctuary.
Wow, that is a lot of sanctuaries. We know where the Water Bills is, so yeah. I'm expecting they get two Synaxes somehow, and then Paula there and Zoomseed. I would probably be doing that Sign Banana sewers check right now.
Yeah, I think getting something like the Diamond or Wad of Bills would open up. Not Wad of Bills, a police badge would open up Tucson. But again, Gurk probably just looking for some knowledge in the mines.
Yeah, Diamond would also do it. Like then you wouldn't even have to fight the cops. Hello, additional Gurk.
I think a second Gurk child has entered the chat.
two Gurks.
And depending on the relationship she has with her father, she's either wishing him the best of luck or the worst of luck.
It's hard to tell because it might be like show logic, whereas like you tell him to break a leg, but you actually mean that it's good, or maybe you don't.
She's wishing him all the fuzzy pickles.
Are pickles good fuzzy?
Into the mines.
That's interesting.
If you let them, it's kind of like a fine wine.
A fuzzy wine?
Fuzzy wine, yes. Looks like Gurk using some repel sandwiches in the mine, so he's not going to realize how much trouble he might be in until we fight our first boss here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be trouble, given that it is the water bills as the final item.
He's doing some damage. We have an interesting mine situation here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty plausible. You're right. Crimson's doing the sewers, which I definitely agree with as a play. I don't remember if he was the one who actually checked what the mine scent was, but if he did, then
he went down there and he did get his butt kicked by Carpenter. He got fried real fast.
Fried pickles. People don't cook enough stuff using just raw electricity.
So what, gun to your head, what is our Magnet Hill item going to be then?
Police badge. How about you?
We'll go with, let's say Tendacrout.
Wow. That's a good one, though.
It'll open up a teleport location, which could bring us to Threed or Saturn Valley, or all sorts of options.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's a good bet. Now, please put the gun down.
It's the third sanctuary, so yeah, Key to the Shack was probably the second one in logic. Starman Jr. might be tough here, especially missing a lot of PP for...
Yeah. Looks like he's doing okay damage. I always find it kind of hard to tell how deep this guy is, just because his attacks are so mean.
Yep.
That solidify is probably going to be... Oh, no, he got it.
Ooh, and that one
He could have...
goes south real fast.
Yeah, he could have slowed down his mash and gotten out of there, I think.
Yeah, he probably should have taken off auto fight once the life up went off, but that's also a tough one to time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm wondering if he's heading back there or hitting the mines up. I guess heading back? Oh, he has to finish off Moonside.
This might lead him well away from where he was. He's probably not going back to give that a shot.
It really does seem like this has to be progression, though, doing the sewers. It's kind of wild that they're bottlenecked on one kid at the third sanctuary.
Yep. Eric also having a nice advantage there, picking up some exit mice when he does choose to go into the sewers. It'll save him 30 or 40 seconds.
Oh yeah, I wonder if that's actually why he routed it this way. Would be pretty...
Let's assume that was all part of his master plan.
Yeah, it'd be pretty smart if he thought of it that way.
I think Crimson Green not having psychic points really was missing them there in that fight. He had a smash that happened and just could not seal the deal.
Yeah, really needs to heal up before taking some of these boss fights.
He's going to go take the free heal at the Guardian General, formerly known as Frank.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I didn't even remember that he had this one open, so good choice. Actually, another nice thing about McGurk's route is that you have that save next to the mines, which is actually their best healing spot right now.
Yeah, nice and quick.
You don't get those like solo kid ones so often, so it's kind of easy to forget which heals suddenly become really good if you only have one kid. And we've got another dog dive for Crimson, and McGurk is just quickly moving through all those carpenters. Looks like that was the last one.
So at this point, he's got no other option but to head to Magna Hill.
Thantos in chat is pointing out that Carbon Dog is technically a sandwich. Was that too many layers of puns? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure you can argue with that logic. I'm also not sure you can follow that logic.
I mean, he's a hot dog.
Got some filthy fangs going on over there. But Crimson did make his way through.
Yeah.
Does he have the PSI rockin'? Just neglected to use it?
I think so. I would assume so. He's done enough fights.
Let that be a lesson to all you streamers out there who are looking to get into this. Don't bother bashing that diamond dog.
He is a mean dog. Also, besides just the PSI shield, he has rather high defense, so any PSI really helps that one out. Crimson's at a loss for where to go.
Not want to go back into the sewers, it looks like. Wondering, he's going to go do the key to the shack. It looks like probably it'll be the second sanctuary there. Maybe give him time to just think about what is possible. Maybe pick up a few levels to make Starman Jr. a little friendlier.
I think this sanctuary in specific is really popular for just going somewhere to think. I notice a lot of people being like, I don't know what I'm doing, I need to do sanctuaries, and then I was like, well, what's the first sanctuary I have available? It's Giant Step. It's the first sanctuary in the game.
There's some good stutter stepping happening on Crimson's side here.
Very nicely done. Gonna take the slugs, I think, for EXP.
Eric going the auto fight strategy. He will likely turn out just fine with this.
Mm-hmm.
Then doing 100 damage a pop.
He's got a lot of HP too. Also, you're still ahead of the stream.
I'm trying to watch a couple of different feeds to try and find one that's on the right
Unfortunately,
level as everyone.
yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there are any due to the way that this ends up with me being the restreamer.
I'm just doing my best to spoil everything for you.
Oh, that's all right.
You have our first sanctuary gotten
God sank.
on the Gurk side of things.
Gurk sank. And I'm really curious what that item's gonna be.
Well, I know what it is. I'm just not going to tell you yet.
Yeah, that's good. You should wait until it actually shows up on the stream. Hey, I was right. It's a police badge.
I'll just have you call out every item you see now, and I'll react like I'm just also finding this out at the same time.
That sounds great.
Would assume Gurk is likely going to take on the police because he truly has no other option besides Fire Spring at this point.
Giant step 2. But yes, I
You
think
could, I suppose, yes.
Yeah,
but in terms of advancing his plot,
this is the only one he's got. There's no plot in Fire Springs. Nothing of significance has happened in Fire Springs in any version of Earthbound for anyone.
in Titanic Ant, not even randomized.
Yeah, and Nessa's Nightmare, also not even randomized.
No, that is where he belongs.
Yeah. I believe Vanilla No Manip runners might agree. I actually don't remember if it's Strong or Frank who's the bigger run killer.
Yeah, cops are dying with just about two shots here. They're doing 20 damage. That I don't know if that was an average attack or the crushing shot. Oh, the crushing chop does 20, so
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy getting through these. Which is good because this takes quite a bit of time. You don't want to have to double dip this. He's gonna need those extra PSI for Nessa's Nightmare.
Well, we're kind of in limbo here. I'd like to drop another Earthbound fact.
Oh no.
When Itoy developed the Runaway 5, he specifically asked his team to create a band that's exactly 2.5 times better than the Blues Brothers.
Huh. Where did the sixth member end up coming in there?
That's what I've always wondered playing that game. You know, the Runaway 5, 5 people run to the office and thank you, and then 6 people take the stage. So I believe it's the keyboard player.
Yeah, the keyboard player is missing.
Must be a local rental.
Yeah, fun fact, the keyboard player's name is actually Keyboar. That is Keyboar. Hey, good job getting through Nessa's Nightmare, mcmcgurk. And I'm not making that up, actually. We found a bunch of leaked translation files. That guy's name is Keyboar.
At one point, was keyboard an essential part of the plot?
I do not believe so. But there's some cutscene stuff in there, so you can look up people's names. That's right, Unknown 47. There's actually an entire song about that by Elton John, lamenting the fact. But yeah, they're named like, shoot, it was Lucky, Gorgeous, Keyboard, Groove. I can't remember the other names. They'll have names though.
It's probably buried somewhere in Starman.net. Looks like Gurk is heading to North Onet. That's always something that I forget about in a random start.
Oh man, yeah. It is a little opaque, but it really does help with the logic on these making any sense.
This is going to open up numerous options for him here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this isn't really much. Scaraba. Though we can pick up a hieroglyph copy up in the meteor and just surprise you two in the pyramid. Everyone loves a surprise pyramid.
That would develop very rapidly for him.
Yep.
Gurk also having some inventory space blues, I think, going on here.
Yeah. He actually does have, like, straight up access to a kid check. So, like, I could see
that is also true, yeah.
I could prioritize that over doing this North Onid stuff.
Dropping the Wild Bills. I'm guessing that maybe skipped his mind.
Yeah. Um, Doing that North Honest stuff the second that you get access to it so you don't forget, and because it's 3 checks, makes a lot of sense.
You have to drop something for the meteorite item.
That's true. That's a magic hand teleport. The teleports up here have not been useful. Whoa, there's some game knowledge. Wow, I did not know that worked. mcmcgurk just exit moused the out of Liar's Cave. I can't believe they coded that into the game.
Pretty impressive.
Seriously. Now, why did
Picked up
they?
the jar of fly honey, which, depending on some other sanctuaries that you might pick up,
That's gonna be
that
their
could be
fourth.
your or the depending on teleports.
They have
We have the zombie paper,
yeah, they
yeah.
have zombie paper and water bills, so that is their fourth sank. If it's Paula, then they're just gonna be meteorite piece away. Wow, I am just
Very
still amazed by
very
that exit
indirect
mouse
way to
play.
get to that fourth sanctuary. It'll be interesting to see if would that be considered the fourth one in logic at this point, or
I
if he
mean,
ends up getting gifted like a Delam teleport plus carrot key soon, could that be the
it's
fourth?
yeah, it's entirely possible. It's possible that you get the teleport on the coffee check and it takes you to Dalam and it's the fourth, but almost certainly no. It is actually Milky Well.
Did I suppose I didn't catch when he did department store spook or whoever was there. They tell you who's at Monotoli, correct?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that either. Um, Hopefully both of the runners did. Both of us forgot until now.
It is our job as commentators to really pick up on these finer details.
Yep. I'm wondering if McGurk is gonna do the Paw Land. I probably wouldn't, given that you have Runaway 5 right now.
And he's opening up the bank. Maybe he's assuming that Threed's deeper in logic and will be a lucrative place to spend some money.
I think that's a pretty good assumption too. I mean, he's also going to be picking up a kid, almost certainly, unless it's Flying Man. If it's Flying Man, that'd be quite a curveball, though.
If it's Blind Man, the crowd will go wild.
That's true. If it's Teddy Bear, the crowd will go even wilder, especially if Nest Rocker's in here. He is always ready for Teddy.
Teddy Bear discovery is, I think, the most disappointing one. Oh, he's not
Oh,
taking
absolutely.
the transport yet. Oh, he's going to get the Apple Kid item, I suppose.
That makes a lot of sense. That's probably why he just looted his bank account too.
Given where we're currently at, I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a meteorite piece here.
Oh yeah, Meteorite Piece at Apple Kid would just be suddenly Zoom Seed, assuming it's also Paula. This also explains why he went upstairs. He's probably picking up that croissant.
Good, some good trash can action at
Yeah.
Apple Kid's house.
And Nest Rocker was actually in chat.
I looked down at Nest Rocker in the chat, and I did not see what Apple Kid's item was, but because no one else has yet either.
It was the UFO engine.
Oh, there it is. Well, all my streams are very different than yours at this point.
Hmm?
There's a chance I suppose if Paula is in 3, she could be holding the meteorite piece as well.
Nope, Paula does not hold an item. But
That's
Everdread,
right.
Everdread could be. So that's another option.
Paula does not hold an item. That is something that someone who's ran about 25 of these at this point should be more aware of.
Yep, Paula in vanilla doesn't have an item in her inventory. Pooh does, and Jeff doesn't quite, but by the end of Jeff Quest, which we skip, he'll have the bad key machine.
Is the bad key machine somewhere in PK Scramble?
It is not. I think it might be the monkey invitation now.
How else are we going to open all these locked doors?
Good question. There might actually, I had this idea for a flag back when this whole thing. Well, Crimson Green's gonna continue driving Seed Bleed into the ground. Way back when I started this thing, I had this idea for a flag where you'd replace some of the key items with merged ones. So you'd have Bad Game Machine instead of all the things that are keys. You'd have a pile of bribes to replace the Tiny Ruby Wad of Cash and whatever the other one is. Diamond. You know, stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Pile of bribes, weird food dispenser, good key machine. Hello, Javinator. I hope your race went well.
Moment of truth here coming up for McGurk. Who will we be partnering with?
I think it's Paula. I think it's Zoomseed.
And
And
sure enough,
it's Paula.
at this point, you would Everdread is likely going to be the meteorite piece then, because that at this point we don't have any other item. Yeah, it could be Summers.
Yeah, they've actually
Summer
got
could turn in.
they have the Fly Honey teleport as well. Looks like he's gonna take this UFO ride, which I agree with here. Also notice that McGurk is pulling a J Tolmar and stopping to menu all of his key items onto Paula as soon as he finds her.
Some space if he picks up some good items for Ness. We could save less time or save more time there.
Yeah, having a little bit of free space on everyone so you can R button all the time really pays off.
While we are skyrunnering, this seems like a great time for another Earthbound fact.
Oh yeah, lay it on me.
I believe the only fruits referenced that exist in Eagleland are bananas and tomatoes,
There's apples.
with Apple Kid and Orange Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, just when I thought I had a really good fact.
It was close. There's also boiled eggs.
That's true. Those are fruit.
Yep. I mean, they look just like olives.
We are going to get a hint as well.
Yeah, she's gonna find out she was kidnapped by zombies.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. Kirk is buying a boiled egg, which is apparently a fruit.
Buying copious amounts of sandwiches. He is at the fruit shop getting
Yeah.
boiled eggs, bread rolls, Repel sandwiches.
Yeah, those Repel sandwiches have lots of fruit on them, specifically durian.
I was looking at the Earthbound food guide when I was trying to come up with that fact. I was looking for the only fruits that were referenced, and of course forgot about apple and orange kid. They're not for sale.
Yeah.
But apparently the tin of cocoa best goes with most dough-based food items.
Oh, that's interesting.
The skip sandwiches, the bread rolls, go nicely with a tin of cocoa.
I think actually somewhere in the PK Scramble scaling logic, it takes into account how many items each of the condiments pairs with. I think like parsley is the loser, and then ketchup is the winner.
It's really just it's a filler.
Yeah.
It's a filler condiment.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree with this game on parsley being the loser. Like, any other green herb is is just better than parsley.
Actually, I'm just getting word that big parsley conglomerations are pulling their sponsorship of PK Scramble.
Oh shit, I didn't mean it. Everyone, please eat your parsley. Next
Eat your
version
parsley.
Next version of PK Scramble, we'll be checking whether or not you ate parsley at the end, right after the toothbrush check.
Actually, we now have to rename this to PK Parsley as well.
Parsley Scramble.
With I'm surprised that Crimson is going into the mines here, knowing that Paula's on. Oh, but he
this is
does
the
not
water
have the wad of bills.
Yeah, this is the water bills, so he's
he
going
did
here.
not get that first time through.
Yeah, I think McGurk's actually got a pretty commanding lead here.
Yeah, Crimson is significantly behind.
This is good news for the Gurklings, or perhaps bad news for the Gurklings, depending on how much they like their father's speedrunning career. That Antoid does not like their father's speedrunning career, he just red swirled him.
It did its best.
Oof, didn't do well.
Oh, look at this.
Yes, Godspeed, you black Antoid.
We're getting some head shakes on his feet here.
He probably psychically heard my Godspeed, you black Antoid pun, and just had to shake his head.
You wonder if any of our runners are feeling particularly ahead or behind at this point. I think all those early deaths probably made them both feel bad.
Oh yeah, I bet they both think they're like horribly far behind. They both know now that it's basically a Zoom seed. Because McGurk is meteorite piece away from go mode. Crimson Green has the information to put that together. When you see one of these, like, oh, I just get Paula and have all my Sanks already, you expect it to be really fast, and you expect your opponent to go really fast, so that makes those early deaths really feel bad.
There is a chance that Gygas is going to be fairly low levels. It seems like there weren't a whole lot of steps in the logic here.
Yeah, absolutely. It is always possible that the logic was just like, let's do all 4 sanctuaries, find the meteorite piece, grab Paula, and then just go do like 3 other things, wander around, then do Gygas. But yes, it is quite possible that Gygas is going to be low level here.
We do have a Magican teleport unlocked.
Yeah.
When was I sleeping for that one?
Um, it was their second teleport. I do not remember when. Oh, it was Liar Exaggerate statue.
Okay. The Gurk is going to go take care of first sanctuary. Kaylin using the word facts in her comment, that is triggering an Earthbound fact.
Oh, thanks, Caitlin.
Our next Earthbound fact that may or may not be true.
It's definitely true.
The game's original race rules involved single segment, no skip, and taking a shot after each sanctuary.
Huh. It's true, so listen.
It's true. So, that was what Crimson Green wanted me to say after each fact. I'm letting him down. That's
okay.
why he's losing.
Okay, we gotta say it's true, so listen more often. Please get your...
It's the truth, so listen.
Yeah, please get your It's the Truth, so listens ready in chat. Yeah, McGurk's just burning through those sanctuaries, including this one that's on fire.
At this point, we're just getting information about what who Gygas Buddy cannot be.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty soon where we have to figure it out.
First Sanctuary Pokey seems pretty unfair. That would have been a really tough one to go truly as your first Sanctuary.
Yeah, definitely. He had over 160 HP, between 160 and 240, which is a lot for a first boss. It looks like if Palette Shuffle worked in here, that it would be green today.
Green Flame, what color ice would that melt? Probably yellow ice.
Wait, opposite of green is red. Oh, we already established
the blue fire melts the red ice.
Oh, video game logic.
Have you not played Ocarina of Time?
I have played Ocarina of Time.
The blue fire melts the red ice.
Is red ice hot?
I have no idea.
I feel like blue fire is cold and red ice is hot, and that's why they melt. Alright, and McGurk is going to be doing 3 tunnel after this brief break while we hear from our zombies.
Zombies are in full support of going to the circus.
That's true. Every zombie likes a circus. Fun fact, for every zombie that you don't see, there's 2 more that you also don't see. Wait, that's ninjas.
I believe in Japan, they are all kind of under the same category.
All zombies are ninjas?
Yes.
Is a ninja pirate zombie robot is just
if they were Venn diagrams,
ninja?
they'd actually be overlapping circles, like fully overlapping.
Yeah. So would you say that a ninja pirate zombie robot in Japan is just a ninja?
I think that's just a pretty everyday occurrence.
Yeah. I've been to Japan once, so I can confirm.
My only experience has been a layover at Narita. I did not see anything of note there.
Well, you don't normally see ninjas. Unlike most things I've said about Japan, that's actually true.
We have some spooky ghosts hanging out in this tunnel.
They're known for it.
I think the zombie possessor is one of my favorite character afflictions. That tiny little ghost.
Yeah, it's really like mean in a really funny way.
They always reach out and they always touch you, and then you're just too cold to do anything.
Yeah, I just like that the whole status effect is just attaching an enemy to you. I think that's great.
There is moments though where they can be attacked by enemies. Correct? Like, does PK Fire hit the
Yes, it does. And it usually destroys them because they don't have much HP. But like all NPC party members, they are immune to freeze.
We
Alright,
have
we've
a
got a...
police operation in the sewers currently.
Oh, they just iced him out. And it looks like Electrospectre is in Belch Base, though we'll also find that out by seeing it soon. And it's meme time. I don't think I've ever seen this meme spot.
See what we're doing here. He's wasting valuable time.
I really appreciate when people do that. I hope that nobody ever loses because they spent too long entering.
That is why I always stick with just doing ass.
Yeah, well, you should at least... You know how, like, full butts is a standard meme?
It is.
You should just do asses.
I hope to win by shortening up and just doing ass once.
No, just do asses.
Win by 3
asses.
seconds.
It'd be kind of funny.
One ass is all we need. That way at the very end it just says, you wrote this ass.
You need to stop half-assing your seeds. You need to full-ass it.
Dirk, skipping going to Saturn Valley to create a save point? This
Yeah.
is something that I always forget that I can do, and it's really a great way to shave off a minute or two.
I don't know if it's a whole minute, but
Go
it is
to Saturn Valley, create a save point, walk back out with possibly dealing with the roaches. I think.
Oh, you don't actually have to make the save point. If you just like get into Saturn Valley and immediately turn around, then it will remember that you've
It's
been
true.
there.
My compulsion to like rest up and heal always kicks in there.
Oh yeah, if you're like, I don't know, you're trying to be fast, but you're trying not to gamble 3 minutes of time, then you can just walk in. As soon as you're in Saturn Valley proper, you can turn around.
Looks like in the chat, Unknown47 used the word facts, which triggers another Earthbound fact.
Oh, wow.
The Trillion Age Sprout is not actually a plant, but a pile of dirt with an adorable little hat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It is the truth, so listen.
Did you know that the Trillion Age Sprout is over 1 trillion years old?
Where's that included in the game lore?
It's in the name. It says Trillion Age Sprout.
See, until I started running this and listening to the commentary, I always did trillionage.
Trillionage. I like that.
Like entourage.
Yeah. Wait, how do you pronounce the first town of the game?
It could be Onet or Onet. I've always done Onet.
Ooh, both of those are incorrect. I'm sorry. The correct answer is actually Want.
Want.
It's the truth, so listen.
So listen. Like not a whole lot of issues there with Electrospectre.
Yeah, I always actually pronounced it on it.
I didn't see the strategy. I mean, it comes with a shield, so I don't know if he got lucky with the thunder early on, or if he just bashed his way through.
Yeah, I completely missed it. I was too busy commentating. We got a 3 teleport. That's useless.
As is tradition.
It is traditional.
I think fourth sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another possible. There's an Onet.
Yeah. That's actually how I always used to pronounce it as a kid. So here's a fun vanilla Earthbound fact. If you come in the way that McGurk did to get into Saturn Valley, in vanilla, where you somehow go through Belch Base and enter that way, you will not get the Saturn Valley teleport.
Just ever?
Unless you go back through that one cave. You do not get that teleport until you enter Saturn Valley through the bottom cave.
It is the truth, so listen.
Well, unfortunately this one is the actual truth. I don't know if we're supposed to meme that. But yeah, fixed all that sort of stuff in the random.
Be Evil Mani Mani versus Nessus Nightmare. It's not as bad, so there's no PSI shield to worry about. That was no big deal for Gurk.
Easy peasy. Really just mowing.
And he did pick up, looks like Shield Sigma coming through as well. That might provide some Gygus protection.
Yeah, it's just going to be a meteorite hunt, and there is a hint for it. I'm kind of thinking Evertread. Could be a lot of things, though.
Everdred would be the path of least resistance at this point.
Yeah. Did they? They didn't do summers yet, right?
They have not. And I don't believe they have a whole lot of options for summers right now. They don't have the Tiny Ruby, correct? So
No, they don't.
Everdred could hold the Tiny Ruby. Everdred could hold
Yeah, yeah.
the Hieroglyph copy.
They also haven't been to Winters yet, and so there's always just the teleport is a key item because Winters exists thing. Toisson.
Uh, Crimson going to check out Frank as the new boss of Berglund Park.
Oh yeah, we're gonna find this out right away. Well, New York is gonna be in that final item shop nice and early. Interestingly,
The
flame pendants
Combat
again.
Yo-Yo. Yeah, go with the T-Rex bat instead of the Combat Yo-Yo.
Yeah, good choice. And that is correct.
Worth getting looks like he's gonna go with a flame pendant here in lieu of an OK pendant.
I don't disagree with that.
Did he pick up an OK pendant earlier for
He,
Paula?
there was one just on the ground or in Apple Kid's trash.
That's right. So it is probably on
Yeah.
Paula.
I also just
It
saw
looks like
Crimson picked up a night pendant for Ness and is putting OK pendant on Paula.
yep. The Berglund boss.
Burgle Boss. I missed what the Burgle Boss item was though. Oh, it was Meteorite Piece. Okay. Yeah, so we've got it after Berglund.
I assume at this point Gurk would be checking that out unless he happens to just forget that in the logic. So a critical moment coming up with Gurk.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him doing some of these other checks, though it is very fast.
Is it one that you do? That's a forgettable one.
It is also a forgettable one. When I'm running this without a tracker, I'll actually do all of the kid checks like as soon as I possibly can because of the ones that I forget. Or not checks that give you kids, checks that are unlocked.
It's a required for.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Boogie Tent, the
Yeah, Boogie Tent, Trial of Nothingness, and Everdred.
Trial of Nothingness. That's I never remember that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you do it immediately. And Merrick's going to be picking up this hint.
Gurk's going to get the meteorite hint here shortly.
Yep, let's see if we can read it or if he's going to turbo through it.
There's a black market.
Do you know anyone really, really shady? That one's like a little less. I've seen people get stuck on that one before. Maybe you have to go make that a little more explicit.
Where else would they go for a black market?
I don't know.
Scaraba?
It's possible.
Sweet, but there's no item there.
Yeah.
They would get really lost if that's where they ended up.
That's true. A lot of these hints, like the joke is that it's like a nice vague hint that you might have to think about, and then it says it really, really explicitly right after. Probably need to upgrade this one to be that.
There's a black market for these things. Go to Berglund Park.
You know, anyone really, really sketchy, like in Tucson, who stands on things? Yes, Caitlin, I wrote all of those hints.
So we have the official go mode at 48 minutes and change. So Gurk has his 4 sanctuaries, I believe.
Yeah, he.
Looks like both of them are using trackers from what I can see on my feed for them. Crimson still has 2 sanctuaries to go.
Looks like McGurk is swapping in a night pendant and didn't find that second OK pendant. Other than the lack of a second OK pendant, I think they're pretty good. Because that 2-character guy, I guess you can usually get through pretty easily.
Yep. It's easy enough. Much easier to keep 2 kids alive versus juggling 4 of them.
Yeah. The first 2 phases of Gygus will be very low on HP because it scales HP based on how many kids you have.
Gurk is draining his bank account. He is going to take all of his cash with him to the grave. Sorry to the Gurklings, there'll be no inheritance left for you.
Ouch.
Just to get that last night pendant.
Yeah, makes sense. I always find it funny how you finish all of your Earthbound runs by just, like, buying a whole bunch of jewelry and herbal medicine. Just, like, empty your bank account, buy jewelry, buy herbal remedies. Like,
And to save the world.
What does Ness's dad think about this? What do you think about someone who thinks that buying a bunch of jewelry and herbal remedies is how you save the world?
Son, I've given you tens of thousands of dollars and you buy platinum jewelry. A
Yep.
bag of Dragonite
Yeah, I think
coming in on
Gygus has
McGurk's
been.
side.
Gygus might be a little easy. Though I did notice the scaling of items kind of picked up right at the end there, so it might not be that easy.
The Dragonite, does that reflect on Ness then?
If they use it on phase one,
Hmm.
I think it reflects randomly. I don't really know how that phase works. Um,
Okay.
like many things in Earthbound, it is custom coded and poorly custom coded.
The applicant block here is maybe one of my more frustrating things,
Oh
as
yeah.
Girk is clearly
Oh my goodness,
struggling
Garrick.
with it right
Yeah,
now.
that is a big one. I missed what that new teleport was from Star Master. It's Winters. I bet you that it
In
is
case
Franklin
they
Badge.
want to go,
Yeah. Green's gonna pick up the Winters item.
Franklin badge.
It's
Oh,
a
pack of bubble gum.
pack of bubblegum. That
Oof. And with
is,
two sanctuaries, is that going to be
I
big
don't,
league bad?
I don't think it's faster than any sanctuary. That big league bat, he bought that big league bat. Big league bat
Yeah,
is
he
not
almost
priced
bought the
right.
big league bat. He needs some inventory space.
Um, Remember, the big league bat is not a meme bat. It is a bat from the meme. All right. Yeah, so we're caving in the past right now. Everybody, please get in your guesses for who Gygas' assistant is going to be. You have 30 seconds ish.
Well, they are entering those in the chat. I still have many Earthbound facts to go through here.
Oh, you got to get me your guess first, though, because I think it's
Uh,
true.
we are we are going to go with let's just do the slimy little pile.
Slimy little pile. That's a good one. People forget
Slimy
that one.
little pile.
All right.
Our Earthbound fact here: Shigeru Miyamoto, fearing that both Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 would be vastly overshadowed, personally forced Nintendo to pull the plug on Earthbound 64. This created a development vacancy, which was filled by the wildly popular Wave Race 64.
Wait. I have a question. I thought all of
It
your
is the truth,
Earthbound.
so listen.
I thought all of these Earthbound facts were supposed to be like humorously inaccurate.
You know, I do need to slip in the truth, so listen. That way we can really work on our critical thinking skills.
Because I'm pretty sure that last one was just the truth. So listen. Alright, looks like Crimson Green is realizing that Winters is probably not the play. And McGurk is on to this boss. Who's it gonna be? It's, hey, good
Son of a
job, Charging
bitch, I
Charles.
win.
Son of a bitch, I win. That's correct, Charging Charles, you win.
What a wonderful prize.
If it's a
And you
nausea
in the
pack.
audience, you all win as well. Another Earthbound fact because I have to burn through all these really quickly. The letters in Earthbound can be rearranged to spell throb a nude.
Huh. Oop, you hear that, Charles? You're gonna have to be burned as a witch. This is not looking like an easy fight.
No, this is maybe a bag of Dragonite moment.
I think this is reset and try again. Start with the Dragonite. Oh, okay. As predicted, because there's two kids, the HP is really. Oh, but Migurk's HP is all the way low. Wait, was that a soft modded Wii? Is that what he's playing this on?
I have no idea what any of these alternative things are. All I have is SNES 9X and a laptop, and so all these fancy emulators are well beyond me.
SNES Mini. Ah. Um. I always use BSNES because, of course, I do. If you are some sort of ROM hacker, you have to use that or MSNS.
You're speaking gibberish to me.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, you have to import ASM65186.ccs and then recompile your ROM using CoilSnake.
It seems so simple.
Really is. And there's the Poke Fight for Crimson Green. There's no Poke Fight for McGurk. We've already established it as a tiny, slimy little pile. IQ, I don't know how you would plug your SNES controller into your PC. I use the iBuffalo clone controller.
Well, Gurk is now going up the catwalk again.
The brain
This is
there.
a great time to burn through another Earthbound fact.
Oh, let's go for it.
As there are no female Mr. Saturns, it is a widely accepted theory that they reproduce via mitosis. At their current rate of multiplying, Mr. Saturns will be the most populous species on Earth by the year 2020X.
Huh. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe they'll do a better job than we did.
Hello, Boeing.
Hello, Boeing. Alright, and we're on to Geiger's fight. Attempt number 2 for McGurk.
It is the slimy little pile. He's back for more.
There's a slimy little pile, so listen.
He did get a psychic shield off at this point.
Oh, and we get that wonderful sound effect that you get whenever you have nausea in a fight that it's not supposed to be in.
But his shield has disappeared already. That did not last long.
Is that already down yet? It is not down yet. Looks like Crimson Green is focused on Winters. Right,
this is truly a tin cup moment for him, where he is forcing this issue.
Yeah, I don't really agree with this forcing Winters thing.
He maybe forgot all about Fire Spring, perhaps?
It could be. They had it very early in the seed.
And does he have the jar of fly honey?
Does he have the jar of fly honey? I don't remember where the jar of fly honey was.
North Onet?
Did he do North Onet? I don't think he did North Onet. That is rough. Yeah, okay, well, good luck, McGurk. There is that Dragonite. Did not completely burn through Phase 2, but I don't expect it to last much longer.
Thunder's doing a decent amount of damage.
Yeah.
Probably more than he would like it to do.
It is less than the damage you'd get if the seed expected you to have a Franklin badge, though. Alright, and we are through Phase 2 into Phase 3.
Only Crimson knew how far behind he truly was.
Poor Crimson, I feel bad. Alright,
and
McGurk is through Phase number 3 and on to Phase 4.
That's right, the sneaky Phase 3.
Sneaky Phase 3. Really depends on how you count it, though, because this actually could be 5 if we counted the interstitial phase. The Geiger's fight is so weirdly coded.
We are flying through our prayer sequence. This seems like a great time for our final Earthbound Fact of the Night.
Oh, this is a wonderful time for the final Earthbound Fact of the Night.
In an attempt to copy the Smurfs, Itoi's favorite Saturday morning cartoon, Itoi developed the Tenda character. However, he failed to get networks to pick up on the half-hour cartoon pilot.
That is a shame. I actually really like the Tendas. I think some of the some of the Mr. Saturn and marketing for this game could be replaced with some Tendas. They are equally cool.
The Tendas were the kind of the redheaded stepchildren of the Mr. Saturns. They just never really got much traction in the public eye with Earthbound.
That's a shame. They have like very obvious product placement tie-ins. Like you can make gummies. That's the only one. That's the only obvious way to make anything out of them because they are literally gummies. But
Mr. Saturns are gummies, correct?
Are Mr. Saturn's gummies too?
I'm not sure.
The Tendas in Japanese are just called gummies.
There are millions and millions of years of evolution to become soft, defenseless creatures.
Yep, just like us. Alright, that is very nearly the end for McGurk. Everybody please get your GGs ready, or get your hey Gygas, please free solidify 10 turns in a row ready.
Oh, there's one? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't get Buddy.
Buddy's call was absorbed.
Alright, final prayer time.
And that is it. A sub 1 hour seed somehow out of all of that hot mess.
Yeah, very nicely done, McGurk. GG to Gurk and the Gurklings.
Gurklings must be so proud of their daddy.
Yep. We can pull him in for a interview.
We'll have to ask all the hard-hitting questions.
I hesitate to know what your hard-hitting questions are going to be like.
Oh, I got this.
Uh-oh. mcmcgurk is typing.
Yeah, well, I'm taking a moment. He also requested a happy 5th anniversary shout out.
Oh, that's right. Um, Shoutouts to mcmcgurk and your wife. Thank you to her for letting McGurk race on your anniversary and have a
Said
great
she's
contest.
given him the gift that every husband wants and is too afraid to ask for: space.
Is this like a 90s sitcom hate my wife joke? What is this?
Yeah, he's self-deprecation. All the married men out there know this. Are you married, Tolmar?
Nope.
Then you just don't get it yet.
Okay. Well, McGurk is in here on chat. How do you feel about that seed, McGurk?
Can I hear you? I cannot hear you.
You-
Hold on.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
you.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Mm.
How about now?
We hear you.
Yes.
But do you hear
Okay.
us?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Hey, how do you feel about that seed? And congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, that was interesting.
The start seemed like you were hitting your head against a lot of walls, waiting for one of them to break down.
Yeah, it was a little weird at the beginning. I mean, I kind of have to watch it again to think about it a little more. Did finally do the good old department store early, which I'd like to not do, but it worked out.
It was looking, now that we've seen everything that we have, really that was the only place where the enemies were scaled to be killable early
Right.
on. So that ended up being the experience that you needed. I think Crimson Green was going for about 7 or 8 minutes before he killed an enemy.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, I was lucky to get one killed in Moonside, but that wasn't nearly enough. I figured I'd just go into Diamond Dog and see if I got lucky, but I figured it was going to be bad.
We've got
Crimson having the
Crimson Green
realization in the chat that he didn't search up or net there. So at least he knows where his mistake was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great running, Crimson Green. It is a shame that it worked out that way, but you were neck and neck with McGurk for a large chunk of the seed, so it was a pretty good show. Thank you for running for us. And, McGurk, you still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for running for us as well.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I hope.
I will tattle on your Gurklings here. They were both actually hoping you would lose, so they wouldn't have to tune in to watch you anymore.
Yeah,
there
that's
was some
true.
quite
They were
vitriol going on in the chat.
they were
it was
vicious.
That's not very nice. I was hoping. I'm sure somebody saw it. I wasn't sure. Well, this is when I was practicing. I wasn't sure that I could use an exit mouse to get out of Liar's place.
Oh, I was
yesterday.
going on for like a minute about how brilliant
He
that was.
got very excited. It was
Yeah.
it was a little disturbing how happy he was.
I was just fanboying out. It was just like, wow. That's brilliant
And
on your part and brilliant on part of the Earthbound devs. Brilliant all around.
I then followed it up by immediately getting rid of my only food item to pick up another exit mouse, which probably wasn't the best idea when I was going to get Apple Kid.
You did end up doing the department store in Tucson to pick up another food item, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a quicker one if you pick up the condiment stand in Berglund Park.
Is the condiment stand available before you defeat Everdread?
Yes, it is. Only the two
Okay.
good shops are
Locked. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know for next time.
The condiment man will do business with just about anybody.
Yeah. The reason those two shops are actually locked behind Everdread is just so that they end up scaled differently than the rest of Tucson.
That's cool.
I learn something more every day. Exit mouse in Liar's house, and apparently you can shop at Berglund Park.
Yep, just not the two good shops. All of the garbage shops are open until you open whenever.
I'll be using all of this knowledge to destroy Andy in a few days here.
Yeah.
And Apple Kid will happily accept a pack of ketchup for his food.
Yep.
That's how you know you've hit rock bottom, when you are excited about a ketchup packet.
Well, you can give him a salt packet. Or a bottle of water, also satiate him. But you know what he won't eat is a cup of life noodles.
Well, he doesn't like trash, I guess.
He couldn't eat the OK pendant.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, it looks like we're done here. We've got another couple of races scheduled for Sunday. There's one at 1 p.m. Pacific and another at 7 p.m. Pacific. I will be casting one of those. Somebody else will be casting the other. So please tune in then. We've got wonderful racers coming up all the time.
Wonderful racers plus Chargles.
And Chargles, you're up against Andy, right?
The other half of the final four up top.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun race. How are you feeling about that?
I do like the random starts, but I tend to get myself in deep trouble right away with those, trying to find the farthest in logic I can go and get my butt kicked.
Yeah, that's a popular play. I actually had to change the scaling a little bit to make those a little more doable. The first couple of shops have better items in random starts than they would normally.
Well, I'm gonna take this moment to log off, and congratulations, Gurk. Keep up the battle,
you.
and I'll see you in the finals.
Yeah, thank you for commentating with
so.
me, Charging Charles. Thank you for joining on Interview mcmcgurk, and thanks for the race, mcgurk and Crimson Green. Do you have any last minute shoutouts before I close out the seed?
Nope, none here. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you for everyone.
Just a chance to say hi to his children.
Yeah. Thank you everyone in chat for showing up. And like I said, there's some more of these on Sunday. It's the truth, so listen.